Do you think with your parents being deaf, you had a different childhood than like kids with hearing parents?
That's funny. No, you know what? I think that my mom and dad, being that they were deaf, um, gave us, well, I think that they looked at us differently. They would, as kids, they would check on us more because they didn't hear to see what we were doing um, a whole lot. If we were watching TV and stuff, they would just be around more, wanting friends to come over instead of going over to friends. And if we went to friends, mom and dad had to meet their parents. So I think my mom and dad were strict, but to a point of not strict, where no, but just strict but open, very open. And if I messed up, man, I got in trouble. I got spanked. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. My dad would yell at me and, kick my butt. So,
When he would yell at you, would he like actually yell or would he like sign angrily?
No, he
Or
would
both?
yell. And when my dad yelled, it was like,
Probably more
It was-
scary.
it was very scary. It was like a gorilla.
Yeah.
It was like loud. You're like, oh. And my dad was, 5'7", 210. He was a big, thick dude, athletic, and he'd kick my butt. I was afraid of him. Knew not to mess with him when if I got in trouble or did something wrong, I was gonna get it.
And you said they would check up on you guys more because they couldn't really hear you guys watching TV and stuff. So
Right. Yeah.
were there things that like what were things you could get away with because they were deaf, and what were things you couldn't get away with because they were deaf also?
Oh, shoot. I mean, we could listen to music, our record player, at night, all the time. Turn it on, and listen to it. But, later Dad would come in and check, and we'd be sleeping. He'd be looking around. Was very inquisitive of what's going on with us and go, man, this thing is still on? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking it because you had it on. So our silliness, we would leave clues for them to figure out, okay, this is what's going on, right? Or, record player when we had it going on, or, going outside. I mean, sneaking out wasn't what we did. We didn't do that. We just didn't. That never dawned on us, like, oh, you could do this and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could, but you know what? If they found out, because they would be more sensitive to us,
Yeah.
we'd be in. Once we knew I was getting my butt whooped with the belt, I don't want that.
Yeah. They'd probably be more like disrespected because you're taking advantage, I feel like.
Yeah, I just think that they just disciplined us when we didn't do right. I
Mhm.
mean, when we went out in public, we were well behaved.
Yeah.
We were well behaved. So many times people would come up to us at restaurants and say to my mom and dad, and they realized they were deaf because we would be signing and people would be looking like, what are they doing? And we could hear them say that.
Yeah.
And then they would come and say, your kids are so well behaved. And I would interpret that to my mom and dad, and they would just say, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of impromptu, this life that we lived being with deaf parents.